Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, people. This is exciting. This is apparently the best coffee maker somebody has ever owned. Robin Sam of Denver, Colorado. But yes, this is apparently the greatest way to make coffee ever. Rated best coffee maker by user reviews. This is the AeroPress. It's covered by all kinds of recommendations here. The best cup of coffee I've ever made. It makes the best latte I've ever tasted. I got this as a gift from my mother-in-law, so I just figured, okay, it's time to make the best cup of coffee ever. So let's crack this thing open and have a look. Okay, now unfortunately this thing doesn't really fit in frame, so let's tilt it over, I guess. And let's see what's inside here. So we got a scoop and a paddle or something. And this kind of funnel. Little other pieces. An AeroPress tube. And a cap. Okay, so first step, it says remove the plunger and cap. So there is the plunger removed, and I have taken off the cap that was at the bottom of that. I've got one of these paper filters, which just goes in here. That then attaches into the bottom of this, like so. So now we got a filter at the bottom of there. Let's get a mug in here. Let's move this out of the way. Now, for the purpose of doing this visually, I'm going to just use a glass. Stand the chamber on a mug. Put 2 scoops. Let's get our scooper. 2 scoops. Fine drip grind coffee. There's 1 scoop. 2nd scoop. Pour hot water into the chamber up to number 2. Gonna get my hot water in there and pour up to number 2. There we go. It is already starting to drip through. So now they say take your paddle or stirring item, give it a stir like that. Still. Alright, it is stirred. Wet the rubber seal, I have done that earlier, on the plunger. Place it in. Gently press down about 1/4 inch and maintain that pressure for about 20 to 30 seconds until the plunger bottoms on the coffee. Here we go. I'm pushing gently. It's making a weird noise. You've just made a double espresso. For American coffee, top off the mug with hot water. For a latte, top off the mug with hot milk. Well, that was easy. Let's try this out. So given I'm comparing this to an actual cup of coffee, I'm going to just top it up as per the instructions to make an American coffee. I'm a little strange. I take a little sugar in my coffee, so I'm just going to mix some of that in here, just so that it's like any other cup of coffee I normally have. Alright, let's try this cup of coffee out. It better be the best cup of coffee in the world. Well, it tastes like every other cup of coffee, so that's good. Yeah, that tastes a lot like the normal coffee that I have. Well, It's coffee, definitely, and it's a different way of making it. And it's kind of unusual that I was adding water into it to make it more like a regular coffee. I guess if I wanted to make this, if I wanted to try this as an espresso idea, it might work. I kind of like the sound the plunger makes as it's aeropressing through the filter. Essentially, I guess what you're doing is you're taking your coffee and forcing it through these fine layers of paper here and making a very strong coffee, I suppose. But yeah, it's nice. It's a very interesting way to make coffee, and my thanks go out to my mother-in-law, Margaret. That was awesome. How different is it from a regular cup of coffee? Actually, you know what? It does have, now that I've given it a second taste, it does have a slightly stronger flavor. I think it'd be interesting to try this to make espressos and other things that are in this list. Interesting experiment. Interesting kit. Interesting way to make a cup of coffee. That would probably be very handy for like a portable Bodum or something. Yeah. Okay, there we go. The best cup of coffee in the world. Yes, it's a very nice cup of coffee. And I'm going to try a few other recipes and techniques for using this equipment to see if I can make espressos and things a little differently. Certainly, making it as a regular cup of coffee, it is a slightly stronger taste than how my normal coffee turns out. Yeah, not bad. Okay, well, that's it. We'll see you down the rabbit hole.